Good morning, students. So, today we are going to see the continuation of the problem in the unit 4. So, 4.4 example problem is next we are going to see. If an object of the mass 2 kg is thrown up from the ground that reaches the height of 5 meter and falls back to the earth, that means the neglecting the air resistance. So what we are going to calculate means the work done by the gravity when the object reaches 5 meter height. So if the object is going upward, that means it reaches from the ground to the height of 5 meter, what is its work done? And the second thing we are going to calculate, that is if that object is come backs to the ground from the height to come backs to the ground. So what is the work done of the object again we are going to calculate that, and finally we are going to calculate the total work done by the gravity both in the upward and the downward motion, and here mention the physical significance of the result also. So what is the solution of this one is when the object is goes up, the displacement points in the upward direction, so whereas the gravitational force acting on the object points in the downward direction. So the angle between both the displacement and the gravitational force is 180 degree. So for the theta we are taking that as 180. So in the first case, that means the object is going upward. The object is going upward means the work done by the gravitational force in the upward motion. So we know that it's a dr, that is the height is nothing but the displacement. Dr is given, that is equal to 5 meter, and we know that from the ground to it reaches the height, the Newton's law, that is F is equal to ma. So F is equal to mg. G, you know that a, that's equal to g, that is acceleration due to gravity, we are mentioning here as g, so mg. So what is the work done in the upward direction? That is w up is equal to f dr cos theta. So that is equal to mg dr cos 180 degree. So in the place of theta we are substituting as 180 degree. And what is the work done in the upward direction? So all the values are already given in the question. That is mass equal to 2, and then the 10 is nothing but g value. When g is equal to 10 meter per second square. It's a constant value. You know that acceleration due to gravity is nothing but 10 meter per second square. And then the dr, that is height, that is where the object is going up. When the object is started from the ground and it goes up, and the height is 5, and that is same as dr. So substituting that as a 5, and then the cos 180 degree, you know that it's a -1. So multiplying all the values, 2 into 10 into 5 into -1. So 2 into 10 is nothing but 20. 20 into 5 is 100. 100 into -1, that's equal to -100 joule. This is the work done for the 180, only for the object is moving the upward direction. When the object is falls back and both the gravitational force and displacement, that means we are going to discuss the second case. What is the second case? The object is moving downward. That is the second case. So the gravitational force and the displacement of the object are in the same direction. This implies is that here the angle between both the gravitational force and the displacement of the object is 0 degree. So in the first case it is 180 degree, and in the second case it was 10 degree. So now we are going to substitute a w down. That means the work done in the downward direction. So that's equal to f dr cos 0 degree. So f is equal to same values we are getting for this one also. 2 into 10 into 5 only, instead of substituting the theta value as 0 in the second case and in the first case 180. So 0 means it is +1. So we'll get 100 joule. So in the upward direction we are getting the answer as, that means the work done in the upward direction we are getting minus 100 joule, in the downward direction we are getting plus 100 joule. So now the third one, that is the total work done by the gravity in the entire trip, that means upward and both the downward motion, what is the work done. So what is the total work done? That is mentioned as W total, that's equal to W up plus W down, that is minus joule plus the plus joule. So plus and minus both will be equal to 0. It implies that the gravity does not transfer any energy to the object. When the object is thrown upward, the kinetic energy, the energy is transferred to the object by the external agency, which means that the object gains some energy as soon as it comes back and hits the earth. So the energy gained by the object is transferred to the surface. So first it gains the energy, and again if it comes back to the ground, it gives the energy to the ground. So whatever the energy it receives, it gives. So both will be equal. That means 0. This answer implies this only. Next, we are going to discuss the next problem, that is 4.5. A weightlifter lifts a mass of 250 kg with the force of 5000 Newton to the height of 5 meter. So what we are going to calculate means, what is the work done by the weightlifter, and what is the work done by the gravity, and what is the net work done on the object. These three we are going to calculate. When the weightlifter lifts the mass, force, displacement are in the same direction. So which means the angle between them is theta is equal to 0 degree. So therefore the work done by the weightlifter is nothing but FWH cos theta. So WH cos theta. Cos theta, when in the place of theta, we are going to substitute that as a 0 degree. So what is that H? Don't get confusion. H is nothing but the height. So dr always we are mentioning, that is the displacement. So here instead of dr, this is also a distance. The height is nothing but the distance. So instead of dr, we are substituting H. So this is FWH cos theta. In the place of theta, we are substituting 0 degree. So that is equal to 5000 into 5 into 1. So 5 is, all the values are already given, okay, in the question itself. Force is given, and then the H is given, and then theta cos 0 is 1. So total value is nothing but what? 25,000 joule. So what is the last final value we have got for the first case means 25 kg, that is kilojoule. For we are getting as 25,000 joule, that is we will write as 25 kilojoule. And what is the next case means, when the weightlifter lifts the mass, gravity acts downwards, which means the force and displacement are in the opposite direction. The first case all in the same direction. Now 2 will be on the downward and the other 2 in the opposite direction. Now the angle theta is 180 degree. So we are substituting this here. Same thing we did for the last solution problem, the example problem 4.4. The same thing has to be repeated here also. So W gravity is equal to FGH cos theta. So FG is nothing but the gravitation. So here FG is nothing but force is equal to mg. So that we are substituted here. And here we are getting that mass all the values are there. So 250 into 10 into 5, that into minus 1. So what we will get means minus 12,500 joule, that is minus 12.5 kilojoule. Now we are going to calculate the total. So we are adding both the things. So we will get 25 minus 12.5 kilojoule. We will get that as 12.5 kilojoule. This is the answer for this problem. Next we are going to see the energy topic, and in energy is nothing but, I already discussed you in the beginning introduction itself, energy is nothing but the capacity to do work. So whatever the work has to be done in one place, for that work we need the capacity, and that capacity is nothing but our energy. So any work if you are doing means definitely you need a energy. If there is no energy, so the work it need not be done. If you don't have any energy to do anything, then the work is incomplete one. So energy is very important to for the work done. Energy is defined as the capacity to do work. In other words, the work done is the manifestation of energy. That's why work and energy have the same dimensions, that is ml square t minus 2. And then in this energy we are having the two different types, and that is kinetic energy and the potential energy. What is that kinetic energy and what is that potential energy is when the body is moving, is in the movement, and the energy is possessed there. So due to that motion it possesses the energy, means that is kinetic energy. Otherwise the body is possessing the energy by its position where it is. So by its position means that is the potential energy. So kinetic energy is energy possessed by a body due to its motion is called kinetic energy. When the energy possessed by a body by the virtue of its position is called the potential energy. So please clear with the term. If it is in the movement, it possesses the energy, that is in the motion, it possesses the energy, that is kinetic energy. When it is in the position, the energy possessed due to its position, so then it is the potential energy. And the unit of energy is same as for the work done, Newton meter or joule. So the dimension of energy is also same for the work done, that is ml square t minus 2. So the other units of energy and their SI equivalent values also given in the book. Next we are going to see the kinetic energy. So what is this kinetic energy is already said you. By virtue of its motion, the energy possessed is kinetic energy, and that object, all moving objects have kinetic energy. A body that is in the motion has the ability to do work. So in all the moving objects having the kinetic energy. For example, if you kept the hammer on the nail at the rest position, will the nail is into, that means push into the wood? No, it is not possible. Whereas the same hammer strikes it, the nail, and draws a nail into the wood. So you know that there is a movement for the nail. So that is, in that movement it receives the energy, that means it possesses energy due to the motion. So then the energy is kinetic energy. So kinetic energy is measured the amount of work that the body can perform before it comes to rest. When it before coming to the rest position, it possesses or it have some work, that means some work has to be done, it performs some work, that is the kinetic energy. The amount of work done by the moving body depends on both the mass and the magnitude of the velocity. So in kinetic energy, the amount of work done is depends on two things, one is the mass and the other one is the velocity. So a body which is not in motion does not have any kinetic energy. So first you have to understand clearly, kinetic energy is only if there is the motion, if there is a movement, then there is a kinetic energy. Okay, if there is no motion or no work has to be done, so there is no kinetic energy. So in the motion, the body, when a body is in the movement, then it possesses energy, then it will have the kinetic energy. Next we will see the work kinetic energy theorem. Work and energy are equivalent. This is true in the case of kinetic energy also. So to prove this, let us consider the body of the mass m at the rest on a frictionless horizontal surface. So what is the work done? W by the constant force of F for a displacement of S in the same direction. So we know that W is equal to force into distance, that is F into S. We take that as a first equation. And for the constant force is given by the equation. We know that F is equal to what? Ma. So the third equation of motion, you already know that in your earlier studies, you know, and also in the second lesson also you read that. So V square is nothing but U square plus 2AS. So from this equation, we are able to find out the acceleration value, that is nothing but V square minus U square by 2S. So we are going to substitute in the second equation, that is nothing but F is equal to Ma. So in the place of A, we are substituted this V square minus U square by 2S. And in this we are able to write this as separately. Before writing this, and we are able to write this, that means Fs, W is equal to Fs. So F value is m into V square minus U square by 2S, and we are having one more S also for the work done, and that is mentioned here separately. M V square by 2S into S minus M U square by 2S into S. So here S get cancelled and you will get 1 by 2 as a common off, and then MV square, and one more term is MU square. So the expression for the kinetic energy, the term 1 of MV square, you know that in your earlier classes itself, kinetic energy of the body of the mass is moving with the velocity of V. So Ke is equal to, Ke is nothing but kinetic energy, that's equal to of mv square. Kinetic energy of the body is always positive from the two equation, that is del Ke is equal to 1 by mv square minus 1 by mu square. Expression on the right hand side, that is the RH of the equation, is the change in the kinetic energy, that is del is mentioning that change in kinetic energy of the body. The work done on the force on the body changes, the kinetic energy is also changes. If the work done is changes, that means the work done by the force is changing, the kinetic energy also changes. So this is called work kinetic energy theorem. This theorem implies the following things, that is, if the work done by the force on the body is positive, then its kinetic energy increases. If it's negative, its kinetic energy is decreases. If there is no work done by the force on the body, then there is no change in the kinetic energy. This means the body has moved at the constant speed. So the mass remains constant. So these three has to be we are getting from this work kinetic energy theorem.